to another video. Today I want to help you fall asleep or feel relaxed, and I thought, how about this or that sounds for sleep? Different triggers using items that I kind of want to share a bit about, and things I have around the house that I thought had some nice little tingles, if you will. So, I also put on some new nails, and I just couldn't waste the opportunity, right, to use them for this type of video. So it's kind of cash, kind of relaxed. You can sit back and listen or watch whatever floats your boat, okay? Alright, so just playing with my hair, jewelry, these are my rings today. My favorite silver rings lately. I don't know, it's just like in a silver mood today. My earrings as well. So, how about we jump right into it with a few of our favorite sounds I think collectively we love. The first item to showcase the sleepy sounds is this paperback book. This book is A Touch of Darkness. It is a retelling of the love story of Hades and Persephone, which is very popularly retold, and I can't get enough of it. I would like more, please. So, this is about Persephone, the goddess of spring, but since she was a little girl, flowers have only shriveled at her touch. So she moves to New Athens, where she hopes to lead an unassuming life disguised as a mortal journalist. All of that changes when she sits down in a forbidden nightclub to play a hand of cards with a hypnotic and mysterious stranger. Hades, god of the dead, has built a gambling empire in the mortal world, and his favorite bets are rumored to be impossible. But nothing has ever intrigued him as much as the goddess offering him a bargain he can't resist. After her encounter with Hades, Persephone finds herself in a contract with the god of the dead, and his terms are impossible. Persephone must create life in the underworld or lose her freedom forever. The bet does more than expose Persephone's failure as a goddess. However, as she struggles to sow the seeds of her freedom, love for the god of the dead grows, a love that is both captivating and forbidden. So I actually just finished this book today on my lunch break at work. And it's a pretty quick read, like it's easy. I don't know that it's quick, depending on your preference, but it's about 379 pages, give or take. So under 400, which is pretty average, I would say. This book helped get me out of my recent reading slump. I have been in a really horrible rut as of recent, but this is what I needed. It was just something, maybe it was more like my mindset, but I just really went into it with, you know, that need for a little fantasy, just like Otherworld. But it was also urban, which is nice because it wasn't like I had to really retain a lot of world building. And also Hades and Persephone, I'm familiar with Greek mythology, so it wasn't like I had to like Google everything. So I think it was just a good mix of not having to think too hard. And I needed that. So we all love our book sounds. So this is a classic book tingle, if you will. Page flipping, little tapping, a little scratching. But this book was delicious. I really liked it. It was good. I gave it a 4 out of 5, but I have to be descriptive. It's a 4 because I knocked it off for some of the plot holes. There's like a plot hole, or maybe I missed something, but I felt like there was something inconsistent in some of the like other plots going on, but the main romance was like a 5 out of 5 for me, if that makes sense. But I had to give it a star down because I was like, I feel like it was a little, like there was a gap in certain places, and I was like, wait, whatever happened to this, or why does this take forever? This doesn't feel like this isn't, like, I felt like the plot behind the scenes was getting interrupted, and then it was like there wasn't follow through again, but it wasn't that important to me because the romance was like what I wanted to get back to, so I loved it. Again, it got me in my reading slump, so I probably am a little biased. Okay, so A Touch of Darkness, and it's a series, so I think there's more books, so I need to check them out. I feel like it kind of ended cohesively, like there wasn't really a cliffhanger, so I'm not really sure if the story continues to develop with just these characters or other characters. I don't know, but I have to read the rest to find out, you know? So anyways, I've spent a lot of time on this one trigger, but this is your classic book sounds. Just love a good book. I love rubbing my pages while I read. Does anyone else do that? It's like a comfort thing for me. I just love rubbing the pages. I don't know. It's like a stim I developed. I don't know. Like, it's good. Okay, so we will now present our next tingle trigger for our book department or books. So let's get out the next contestant. So this is not a book exactly, it's a notebook. It's got slightly different sounds. Less depth, but still light and clicky. I don't know. This has pretty crystals on it. I got this from Target several years ago. I think it's featured in a stationery video, but I could be wrong. I'll see. I got it in the children's back to school section at Target several years ago. And I don't think they sell this brand anymore. Of course, the design, they probably don't. But I wanted to share this because this is actually a notebook where I've written a few stories. If you don't know, I like to write. I've loved to write ever since I was little. So, actually written in notebooks, college rule notebooks, since I was little. They were what I used to write down stories in because I didn't have a computer at the time. You know, when you're like 12, I wrote on notebooks like this. And I actually have several of them in storage with a lot of stories. More like chapters, nothing, you know, like fully all beginning to end. It was just like pieces of stories and ideas. I had a lot of ideas, but recently I've written in here a short story, like kind of like a sci-fi. I've never done something like that before, and it was actually an exercise of an idea that I've had for a little bit, and it's just been a struggle to get back into writing these last several months. And so I used that as like a way to get back into writing and sort of challenge myself, and I really enjoyed it. I would even be interested in submitting it to like a short story contest someday. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I like writing mostly fiction and like romance, but I do dabble in like poetry, and I do now obviously dabble in short stories. Well, being one, I wrote one. So, but it was fun to see myself do that, and I think it kind of helped me get back into the love of writing. And it's been tough because I think I'm in a creative place right now where writing is like, I have like 3 or 4 different book ideas that I've written or written parts of, and they're just all in different places, and I feel kind of overwhelmed going back to them and seeing them to the finish line, because it's hard to make that decision of like which one to really focus on, because I like all of them. I know I need to like focus on something to really see it through, and that takes dedication, and yeah, I don't know. But I recently wrote down this idea I had, and it was born in the car on my way to work. I was listening to music, and it just came to me like this scene between 2 characters, and I just had to write it down. Like, I don't know if you've ever felt that before, but like something was born in you in a moment, and you're like, whoa, I like that. And then you follow it, and you like create this world all of a sudden, and yeah, I don't know. I was really happy that happened because I felt like I hadn't experienced that in a little while, so now I have another book idea. I seem to have a lot of ideas. I just need some of that follow through and that dedication and that self-discipline. So, still working on it, but this is our trigger number 2 notebook. So if you had to choose book or the notebook. Which one would you choose? Maybe both. There's no right or wrong answer here. Okay, so let's move on to the next set of sleepy sounds for you. Next up, we have something that I think another department many people love. Bags. This is a pencil case. You can see I have like highlighters. It's kind of a little dirty. I need to clean that. This holographic pencil case, which I also got from Target a couple years ago from the back to school children's section. They have cute stuff. Can you blame me? It's got like a plastic sound definitely a little clunky sounding, which isn't bad. Would you like a little rummage? We could do that. Got some highlighters. And we've got some Post-its. These are little pink galaxy. I don't know if you can see it. Post-its. Got a highlighter. Unfortunately, I just don't use it as much anymore. I feel like in my planners I don't have much to fill up. So, I don't know. And I'm not a big drawer, like illustrator with my journals. That's not my thing. So, I like these highlighters, they're so cute. I miss note-taking in school for the pure reason of like organizing and outlining my pens and my highlighters and feeling really color-coded. It just itched an itch, you know. So. If you're still in school, do you like using pens and paper? I find my writing practice, I've gone back to paper because I think my job requires me to be in front of the computer all the time, that it almost feels more grounding to work with paper sometimes. So let me know what you like or prefer if you study a subject still or go to school. Okay, so that is bag number 1. Bag option number 2 is next. This is one of my favorite bags I own, and it's just this black hardware bag, but it's not too much, you know, not that prominent. It's like just enough, you know. Goes well with my outfits that I like to wear when I go out. It's got those delicious leather sounds. I love leather sounds. Just so warm. This is what the back looks like. It's like a snakeskin print. This bag was actually given to me by my sister, who I get a lot of my clothes from. Thanks, Michelle. And you could say I've been borrowing from her closet since I was a baby. But yeah, I've been looking for this kind of bag for forever, so when she had it, I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And I've worn it so much. It reminds me of like Coach or Guess bags, and I definitely think I want like another Coach bag, like something thrifted for my birthday, We'll see if I can find something I'm envisioning, but we'll see. It would definitely be something like thrifted or like outlet, but we'll see. Anyway, this is my favorite going out bag. So, which do you prefer? Our leather bag, our plastic. So those are our other tingles. Let's move on to the next ones. All right, here we have a cup, a glass cup. These are especially nice because it's like little bubbles. Like little beads. These cups I got for my husband's birthday because we were at a restaurant and we had cocktails in these style cups, and he's like, I love this style of cup. It's just like, I love the way it holds, and as one of his birthday gifts, not the only thing. I didn't just give him cups. I got him some of his own, and I enjoy them as well. So that's sleepy sound trigger glass texture. It's also just so pretty, and we have a few different like colors in this sort of sunset variety, which is nice. Okay, so next we have this plastic bottle of aloe vera. You're probably thinking, why do you? Well, I had to pick some up because I am very sunburned from going to the beach the other day. You can kind of tell. Yeah, there's a little bit here, but it's really on my back. I was not good about reapplying on my back. I'm just thankful I wore a hat the entire time because that really protected my face. But my back is obviously useful, and and I use it to sleep and work out, and right now it's very painful. It's not like the worst sunburn I've ever had, but it's definitely been a minute since I've had something this spicy. So I'm getting my own tingles, quite literally, with my sunburn. But this is a like plastic bottle. But obviously this is a plastic bottle of aloe vera from Equate, and it is sunburn relief gel with aloe, I should say, and lidocaine. I got them medicated because that's gonna be helpful. So I gotta apply some of this tonight because it's feeling like tight and burn, like a tingle of a burn. So it's a very rich blue color. So this is our plastic bottle tingle. So, which would you prefer? Our glass or our plastic? Let me know. Which one did you like? This is a little bit of crinkling department. So we have these like, say much more deeper crinkles, if you can even call it that. But it's like a thicker plastic bag. And this is actually a bag from Plant People. It's Wonder Sleep mushroom gummies with I think it's reishi, saffron, GABA, GABA, corydalis, and chamomile. I could have messed all of that up, but they're mushroom gummies, like melatonin essentially, and they're for recover, calm, sleep, and mood. They are 0 sugar. They don't have any melatonin actually, and they are 100% vegan. We discovered this at the wellness resort we stayed at, Two Bunch Palms, a little while ago. They had like a little packet that we dipped into at the kind of like snack station in our hotel room essentially, and we did have to pay for it, but we didn't mind it because they work. I feel like these really helped relax me, and I loved it so much that I bought full bag size when we got back. And I think this is our second full bag, so my husband's really enjoyed it. I will have it here and there, as I don't have too much trouble falling asleep lately. So it's definitely been a helpful supplement for when I want to fall asleep a little faster, or for like traveling. These have been great. They also taste so good. They're just like the best gummy flavor, like really berry rich. They're great. I like them. So that's our deep Crinkles Crinkles. This is actually like a little meditation booklet guide with meditation cards, and we got this as a prize at Dave & Buster's. You know, where you can play games, get tickets, and then cash in your prize for like an Xbox or whatever. You have to have like thousands of tickets for that, but we got like maybe 800 tickets or 1,200. I don't even know. It wasn't that little, but it was enough to get something like this, which is probably like $5 on Amazon. So I feel like we overpaid for it with tickets, but it was like one of the few things that seemed interesting at Dave & Buster's, so we got it. And I have yet to really explore it, so yeah. We love the plastic packaging though for the tinkles. Okay, I opened it up for you so you can see what it is. So it's like this booklet, and interesting. It talks about like different meditations, like sound meditation, attachment meditation. Oh, I think it's just like giving you different ones: walking, gazing, eating. That's different. Eating mindfully. Okay, I like that. The Eightfold Noble Path. This is cool. Some interesting stuff in here. I'll have to take a further look. Probably some standard things you might see out there regarding meditation. So, and then this like little deck of cards, or affirmation and meditation cards. Okay. Let's see. So, for example, I pulled one, and it says an affirmation: I choose not to worry about things I can't control. I choose not to worry about things I can't control. That is wise indeed. So, maybe someone needed to hear that. And then they have things like quotes to meditate on, which is cool. Love it. I like that. I'll have to play around with these. But tell me, did you like the crinkle of the light plastic or the deep plastic? I'm making up terminology now. Yeah. Let me know. Okay. We've moved on to liquid IV. I purchased this with my own money. In fact, everything is purchased with my own money. But this is the Hydration Multiplier Electrolyte Drink Mix by Liquid IV. The raspberry melon sugar-free. We also have flavors that are not sugar-free. My personal favorite is strawberry lemonade. It's so good. I also like the sugar-free raspberry melon as well. And it's just a few less calories. Nothing too crazy, but I try to avoid caloric drinks as much as possible, or what I do is I just save it for things I really like. For me, that's coffee. I really love lattes and just more fun coffees in my week. So I generally opt for those types of caloric beverages when I want something. And I still do like Diet Coke or Coke Zero whenever, you know, I have the urge for it. But liquid IV is a great substitute for caffeine throughout the day because it's hydrating, but it feels like it wakes up my brain. I can't explain it. I literally feel more focused and like, I don't know. It does a similar thing to caffeine, but not as jittery, I want to say. So this is like our cardboard box packaging sound. It's like a light plastic cardboard. That doesn't make sense. I think it's just cardboard. Yeah. But it's like a lighter consistency. Love liquid IV. Through the ball. Let's test out our second option. Another cardboard. So this is great because it's actually incense sticks by PF Candle Co. And the scent is number 21 Golden Coast. And it smells so good. Like if you were to bottle the smell of coastal California, this would be the scent. It's just fresh and I can't explain it. It just smells like fresh and like coastal. I recently bought an incense holder. And all I have are lavender, but when I went shopping the other weekend with my sister and my brother's girlfriend, and my brother, he was there too. I forgot he was with us. He was there as well, but we were all thrifting. We were at this like thrifting event, and one of the stores sold incense. I don't think this is thrifted, but it's one of the products they carried. It was a lot of like vintage stores that thrift, if that makes sense. Antique stores, but this is a product I sniffed and fell in love with. It's just beautiful. It doesn't have the scents, unfortunately. Like I don't see anything specific to the different scents, but maybe it lists it on their website. Again, it's number 21 Golden Coast by PF Candle Co. But yeah, this is another cardboard option. we have this tin. It was pretty affordable. I also got it while we were thrifting the other weekend, and yeah, I think it was like $5 or something like that. And it's super beautiful. And it was like a really big size, which I like because I want to store certain things in it. It may be ASMR related in a future video, so stay tuned. You may see this again. You can kind of see. I wonder what kind of flowers. It kind of looks like lilies, maybe. Maybe lilies. I don't know. Not really good at my plant memory. But we have this tin sound, which maybe isn't very popular with many of us. Probably because it can be so loud, so you have to be very gentle. So, this is item number 1. Tin. That's what it looks like inside, just in case you wanted to know. Okay. Then we can compare it, if you will, to our next item. This is a little dusty. I do need to clean it more, but it's this wooden chest, this lovely little decal on it. So this is our wood sound. And it's a nice sized chest for, tabletop kind of vibes. Storing items, again, potentially featured in a new upcoming video. So it's got like scratches for the red paint to come through, which I think is on purpose for that dark vibe. Inside looks a little rundown, but again, perfect for storing items, and I do plan to do that. This was only $4 because I think it was originally from like TJ Maxx or something, and this local store was selling it for like $4. I was like, it's $4, I'll take it. Not too shabby. It's just like a very specific look and feel, but I don't mind it. I do love unique pieces. I like pops of reds, blues. I'm not afraid of like dark colors here and there. I don't know. I've often thought my style has been a little eclectic for that reason, a little cottagey, whimsical, because it's just like, I don't know, a mix of different textures. We have our wood option. prefer? Do you prefer our wood? Do you prefer our tin? Let me know. That really concludes the trigger comparisons, but I do have some honorable mentions that can be part of our test, depending on what you like. More crinkles. I love crinkles. I think I just gravitate to those. But I also wanted to share the recent snacks from Trader Joe's I got. This is milk chocolate covered gummy bears. This is kind of like our mushroom gummy packet. It's very similar. And they are definitely what they are. Mushroom. They are chocolate covered gummy bears. And I will say it's a very unique taste. Probably not everyone's cup of tea. I kind of like it after a few. I'm like, oh, okay. It's kind of nice. I do feel like the chocolate overpowers the gummy sometimes. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it could be a little stronger with the gummy. But I actually got the idea to get these from Sarah Meg here on YouTube. She's my sister's friend who vlogs, and I watch her vlogs all the time. But she's been raving about these, so I had to pick them up the last time I went to Trader Joe's. Also, we gotta figure it out, you guys. Trader Joe's can be so stressful for no reason. We're all there trying to get in and out as quickly as possible. I think it's because it's so small sometimes in there that we're all just like running into each other, and I don't know, maybe it's just the Trader Joe's culture, but I mean, we gotta like figure it out, you guys, because I can only go in there like once every few months, because people are just so like, I'm rushing, but then I'm also trying to be patient for other people, but then other people aren't being patient, and I'm just like, y'all don't make me want to come here anymore. But the workers are always nice, obviously. It's the rest of us that need to figure it out. But yeah. I'll show you what one looks like, because I did already eat some of these. Promise this isn't a mukbang style, but it's literally in the shape of a gummy bear. I will taste test. I'm telling you, it's a little weird at first, but then it grows on you, and I could eat like the whole bag, but I have to restrain myself. But it's like a nice movie snack kind of thing. I like it. Apparently it's a product of Sweden, so I don't know. Our next interesting snack from Trader Joe's is the popcorn in a pickle. I've yet to try this. I will not try it here, but I'll keep you posted if I like it. I'm usually more of a sweet popcorn person, or just regular butter salt. But this is pickle, and I love pickle chips, pickle flavor. So I'm gonna try it. Maybe I'll have it as a snack tomorrow. So we'll see. But it's also another crinkly sound. Popcorn in a pickle. our very last honorable mention, because I didn't feel like these had crazy sounds, but comic books. This is actually also from the thrift store from where I got the tin, and they have a bunch of comic books. This says Marvel on it, but I don't know. Some of them, I've never heard of these before. I got these for my husband when I saw them. I was like, oh, he might like some cool vintage looking comic books. So it's kind of got like a crinkle book sound. So the first one we have is Ecto Kid. Ecto Kid, if you want to see. Looks like a zombie or a mummy. Yeah, it looks like Egyptian or like mummy-esque with some of this stuff. I don't know. It could just be like Otherworld, taking some of the inspo from that culture. And then we also have Ultraverse the Nightman. Kind of like off-brand Batman. I don't know. There's a man with like a sword knuckle thing, and then another man with like red flaming hair. I think he's the Nightman. I don't know who the other guy is, but yeah, so I just picked these up because I thought of him and thought he might be interested in something like this. Even if he doesn't necessarily read them, I think they're also cool as like art display as well. So some honorable mention comic books. Yeah, I don't know if these are like official storylines of like the Marvel Universe kind of thing or other such stuff. I'm not very adept in all of that. My Marvel background is watching all the superhero movies that come out, which is like most of us. So I'm not like, I don't know the lore of like all the superheroes. There's so many, and then they all have like various versions of themselves. Like a bunch of Spider-Mans, a bunch of Supermans, and I'm like, okay. They came up with all kinds of superheroes and then ran out of ideas and decided to just make different versions, which I don't blame them for because they're well loved, so why not? Yeah. So those are the comic books. Okay, well, our time has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching my little casual sound testing. Let me know what you liked. I tried to do variety, but I feel like I could always explore more. I know there's so many sounds we all love. I think the ones I tend to love the most are soft spoken, which is why I did my commentary. Books are probably up there as well, but yeah. So I think that concludes this video. I hope you're feeling relaxed, calm, sleepy. I hope that you are well wherever you are. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Okay. Take care.